What's up and welcome to another episode of It's Tipp, Topp Fishing. My name is Keaton Ditchfield and today we are going on a bucket list trip. I've always wanted to camp in the Kruger. So before we get into the venture, a quick thank you to all my patrons and to all you guys that are watching. I really do appreciate all your support. Now let's get to this adventure. This is part of why I love my country so much. We get to drive on roads like this. And even though we're stuck behind two trucks, it's actually a good thing because it forces you to drive 40 k's an hour and you get to enjoy these mountains a little bit more. Man, I'm a lucky bugger. And to say the views were spectacular would be a complete understatement. It was a fantastic drive, but the road was not great. We had trucks everywhere and then a couple of potholes that were as big as koi ponds. But before we knew it, we were at the Kruger. Driving through Punta Maria, I was so excited.
We have just arrived in the Kruger National Park and we entered through Balparva Gate. Punta Maria Gate.
Yeah, unfortunate name, and we are very happy to be here.
And we've seen zebra, kudu,
and a lizard.
And I've seen nothing.
Jude's seen nothing.
Unfortunately, we have to drive pretty quickly because Punta Maria is quite far from Shengwedzi and we've got to get all the way to Shengwedzi before the gates close. But in typical Kruger fashion, we had to see an endangered bird. But more on these fantastic ground hornbills later. Time to check in and start setting up. The girls helped unpack, I clapped in a couple of pegs, Dad filmed, and of course I did all of the heavy lifting. Things actually went pretty smooth, and it was Mom's first time camping ever, and I just wanted everything to go well, and it did, until the wind came in. Good morning! On our first day at Shengwedzi, Kruger National Park. Last night was, not gonna lie, pretty rough. The wind was howling like we were sleeping in Hurricane Katrina there. So here's our adventure and let's get going. We're gonna make some coffee, get everything ready, get on the road, and we'll see some amazing animals. While we were packing the last couple of things, like the Flex Adventures fridge, Paulie decided it was time to cock about.
Okay, we're ready to go.
Got the dog in the boot?
Yeah.
Come on, Ruffles. Gotta get them cables. But Mom's rusks are the base.
This is not
Big boy. A buffon.
Oh, let's see.
Look at the buffon. It was so nice to see these buffons, which are actually Cape buffalo. They average at about 770 kilos and they are strictly grazers. These fantastic big animals can be seen in herds of over 500 in winter. And on this female, I spotted a yellow-billed oxpecker. That little guy I have been looking for years. Speaking of buffalo, we saw a red-billed buffalo weaver. This little guy is a member of the small five. Then we saw this common duiker female. What a pretty little antelope. But I must say she did look like a toddler who was forced to eat her vegetables. Then we came across a very relaxed looking impala. Now this impala was chewing its cud. Take 2 seconds and look at its neck. What? Now impalas are ruminants. This means they've got 4 stomachs. So as it swallows, like that, did you miss it? Let's watch it again. So it sends that food down into one of its stomachs. Then it brings up some undigested food from another stomach, back up to its mouth so it can chew it again. Did you miss it? Let's watch it again. There it is. Now the process of chewing and then re-chewing food allows them to fully break down all of the food that they eat. Therefore, they will get all of the proteins and nutrients that they need out of their food. It's one of the reasons that impala are so successful. Then we came across this fantastic breeding herd of elephants. When elephants are relaxed like this, it's just so nice to sit back and watch them. Now, talking of food and digestive systems, elephants do not have a sophisticated digestive system and therefore have to solve the nutrition problem by eating a lot. Up to 170 kilos a day. Giraffes really were the champions of the day. We got some fantastic sightings of them. The first one was this, a giraffe resting on the ground. Something that you barely ever see. Usually they stand up because when they're like this, all it takes is a lion to jump on their neck and then they're in serious trouble. Then what we see is these two giraffes courting. Well, doing a mating dance. The male would walk around the backside of the female, just nudging her now and again. Now some people would say, no, that's a giraffe fighting. And it's not. He's hitting her very softly. I've seen giraffes fight before and it is an intense impact. So he is just nudging her, telling her, hey baby, you want to get in the mood. Eventually it worked. She put her head down, got ready, and then... pathetic. He got stage fright. But I would also get stage fright if I had these people looking at me. What an incredible sighting. But it didn't end there. Another herd of giraffes, well, it's called a tower of giraffes, I wonder why, came down to drink in the riverbed. We were being watched while we were watching them. Now, it is also a very vulnerable position for a giraffe to be in. Their head is close to the ground, a lot of blood rushes to it, and if a lion jumps on their head, they're stuffed. But this guy didn't care at all. If I've ever seen a giraffe look satisfied, this is the one. So we are having a quick pit stop at Babalala. We've seen some cool things. A couple of ellies, mating giraffe, that was very exciting. And now we're going to go back home. What's cool, if you guys see those boxes, if you can see what that box is, it's called a bat box. Now what that does is it hosts bats. During the day, they're all there. You can see all the guano on the floor there. Guano is bat droppings. And they live in there during the day. And as the sun drops below the horizon, they all come out. And then you can chill and watch them come out. It's very exciting. But then if you just look a bit further around, you'll probably find a little goshawk, like an African goshawk, or a black sparrowhawk, lizard buzzard, all kinds of things that eat bats. They know when the bats are going to come out, and it's like a dinner bell, and they just chow them. And it's quite spectacular to see a bat being taken from mid-air. While we were at Babalala, my dad tried to ask the gent that was working there what Babalala meant. He didn't quite crack it. So this is what happened in the car just after we left.
Baba lava, baba lava.
Baba lava baba la.
No, man.
Shabalala baba.
No.
Shabalababe.
Mama Bala.
Baba lala.
Like a cat.
Just poor go to him. Baba la baba.
What is it?
No.
No, it's just a bit exciting.
Mimi lala here, baba.
Does it mean like something sleep? He said, no, you can just picnic here.
Yeah, so
Got it all wrong, yeah.
I think he thought you were saying do you sleep
can I
here?
sleep here?
Probably said Balala the bar.
He turned around and thought in his head,
She's saying Balala the bar.
of course Tom would have walked. acceptable in another language.
And then you went, when he said that, you said, and you
And the hooligans kept on driving, and we drove straight into the most fantastic water sighting of a breeding herd of elephants. They were walking down so excitedly and then went straight to the water to drink. It was so nice to watch the babies and the moms drink and just feel good. What a special sighting it was. Another little fact about these big animals is that elephants aren't born knowing how to use their trunks. They have to learn how to use it. So it's always a privilege to watch the little babies learn how to use their trunks. Then a last sighting for the day was this fantastic battler drinking at a watering hole. So let me give you a very brief review of Shengwedzi. It's not the most fantastic campsite that I've ever been to. There are quite a lot of camps close together, but I would recommend campsite number 18. You're very close to the pool and the bathrooms of the pool. There's no shower in it, but if you need the bathroom in the middle of the night, there's no problem. The bathrooms are okay, but then here is my gripe. The campsites have power, but they have these plugs, which are meant for caravans. For those who are camping, this is a pain in the butt. You can buy these adapters at the shop, but I feel like it's unnecessary. So camp number 18 is my favorite because of a few reasons. You're close to the pool, you've got no one on your left, you're right on the fence, and there's ample shade. And the most fantastic thing about Shengwedzi, it's in the middle of the Kruger National Park. With all of the driving and exploring done for the day, we all decided to chill and relax for the evening. We watched some impala, waterbuck and warthog walk past the fence. It was really a fantastic evening.
Good morning! And this is our last morning at Shengwedzi. We've got some waterbuck in the background, just across the fence. We heard hyena, which was very exciting. They were quite far away. We were hoping that they would come right here, which they do quite often apparently. And now we're going to quickly make some coffee and pack up that and head south. So just pop a comment in the comment section below where you think we're going next. It's very, very exciting. So time to do that.
Just before we left, we had these little guys come to say goodbye. Little dwarf mongoose. They are absolutely fantastic little guys, and they are so cute, and they are feisty little predators. And that was the end of our stay at Shengwedzi. We had a wonderful time and saw some incredible things, but it was time to move on to the next camp. So if you'd like to see the next chapter of this adventure, make sure to click that subscribe button, smash that notification bell so that you don't miss the next episode, and thank you so much for watching. Till next time, live your adventure.